You having a bad day, John? Sad to hear that. I'm really sad to hear that, dude. What's up? Yes, okay. Oh, you're playing Genshin Impact, dude? My sister is like a hardcore Genshin Impact player. She was like showing me the game. I mean, apart from the fact that it's you can buy these gotchas and stuff. I mean, is completely free to play. She hasn't spent any money, but she's been playing it for like 2 years. So she has like a bunch of really rare stuff, and she really enjoys it. So I mean, if you can have a good free to play experience, I think it's cool. Alright. Man, my character looks so cool. Awesome. I would win a Fashion Souls contest easily right now, right? I guess we just keep climbing the mountain. What do you guys think? Let's keep climbing. This mountain is really cool. I mean, one of the things they're really good at in these games is like you can see far off really cool places, and then everywhere you can see you can actually go to. There's that Dragon Peak whatever place in Dark Souls 3. That's just like a temple really far away in the distance. Turns out you can go there as well. You just need to like meditate on some rug. It's very obscure. I feel like he's in the middle of a large area, which means that I will be like ambushed by some sort of archer up on these ramparts. It feels like it. But you know, can't see any ambush so far, so maybe we'll just fight him. Hey, I know. Let's cast Assassin's Approach, and then I won't have to sneak. I am an assassin after all. So theoretically, I should be able to just walk up on this guy right now without sneaking. Still not get noticed. I think it's working. It's a cool spell. I should have used it more in the playthrough. But there's still time. Almost a very clean kill. Smithing stone, nice. I'm gonna upgrade some more weapons. Like the two I'm using right now I really like. It's a knife and a fork, which thematically works. They both thematically work with my build. They scale good with my stats. One's holy, one's fire, so it's kind of perfect. But I want to use other weapons simply because of the fact that there's so many great, cool-looking weapons in the game, right? Let's recast the Assassin's Approach here. And party with these enemies. This guy's like a big club. No hummus. String, huh? Damn, I really hit the jackpot. I found some string. I wonder if it does literally nothing. I guess maybe you can make stuff. I bet you can make like throwing jars or something with it. Like take a jar and make it a throwing jar. I've never used consumables in any of the Dark Souls games. I find it fundamentally unappealing to rely on something that is in such finite supply, you know. You could get infinite throwing knives and do like a throwing knife build. That'd be sick. Nice. I kind of like the charge forth weapon art. It's pretty good. The bats are more annoying, so I'm going to kill the bats. Bats are so annoying. Oh man, I'm almost dead. Did they kill a golem as well? They like fought this guy and brought him down? That's cool. I can do it on my own though, I don't need a whole team, so you guys are in trouble. Damn, what a cool place. It's like a frozen lake. It feels like there would be like a large fight around here, but there just isn't. Look at the damage that these bats do. That's why I almost died. I'm gonna one-hand the knife for superior range, you know? Something big is moving. Oh look, there are bats up there. Something's shooting lasers. Wonder what's happening. I want to join the party, but we're gonna explore this area first. Shack of the Lofty. Ooh, traveling maiden, huh? Hey, this looks pretty cool. Maybe I should give these to my waifu, because she's a traveling maiden right now. Or I guess my actual waifu in this is Ronnie. I think we're official. Wow. One-handed R1 was enough to kill. I'm really happy I found this knife. I've always liked the butchering knife in all the Dark Souls games. I've used it in many playthroughs, but this is definitely my favorite version of it. And the idea of making it a dex-based great axe is just a fantastic idea. Mogwin Palace can be seen from the depths. Yeah, I know. It's great. Just played a guy called Flame Whisperer Rap God on Tekken. That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. I've only rapped like original bars. I've only done like twice on stream, but you know. I got a lot of bars. Like I've written a lot of bars, but I don't have, you know, because I can't really rap. I don't have good flow. It's very difficult and a little bit embarrassing to attempt to perform them. I kind of enjoy the writing process though, and just listening to good lyrics. I smell a secret up here. Guess not. Do you guys want to jump up the airstream here? Let's do it. Ooh. That's always really enjoyable. There is quite a lot to explore up here. You guys weren't joking. Big area. It's one of these guys. He's not playing any music though.
Is someone there?
Oh, this guy's blind.
Well,
He's got 3 keys. He's got Vagabond Knight's armor. The shoes look pretty cool. Books? Huh. Oh, anti-frostbite. I bet that's going to be useful in this area. Let's just get the keys, right? Every single merchant I've found, like at these guys, almost every single one has been... Is that where I died last time? No, that's the Grace that I started the stream at, right? Yeah, that's the Grace where I started the stream. Okay. So is this merchant the only thing that's up here? Kind of a weak, thing to put after such a long detour. Could at least give me some enemies to fight, right? Like, you're itching for a fight in this game because the combat is so excellent. You really want to fight hard enemies. Alla vill till himmelen, it's a good one. There's one Timbuktu, I don't listen to Swedish rap like at all, but there's one Timbuktu song that I think is pretty good, and it's called, what is it called? I think it's called Det ordnar sig, or Det fixar sig. And I love it, he's got a southern Swedish accent, so he does like French R's. Hon sa att det går 3 veckor över tiden. Jag tänkte det är bäst att hon överdriver, för vadå? De pillerna du tar var dag hjälper inte, de ska du och jag ha barn. Jag menar, jag har mitt och du har ditt. It's a really good song. It's fun verses, and then there's like 3 different rappers, and they all have like their own style. Pretty good. Stargazer runes. I think these guys have high fire resistance because the knife is doing a bit more work against them, I think, than the candlestick. The Gerando. Can't believe I picked up that flower. I don't care about picking up flowers. It's just instinctual. Man, I wish there were like more hidden items, more enemies. It's been kinda empty so far up here, even though it looks cool. There's some spirit and deer and stuff. You sound like a Naruto rap. Everybody stand up. Japanese rap, sorry, is unbelievably trash. For the most part. But there's good stuff. But it's awkward. It's awkward. Cool thing about writing lyrics in Japanese, though, is that you can modify the pronunciation of some words depending on what you need to rhyme with. So you can pronounce E or I at the end of words if you want to, but you don't have to. The same with U. So for example, you know, to be R is in Japanese is des, but you can say desu if you want to. You can pronounce the U, it's not a problem. And if that makes your rhyme better, then it works. And it's the same thing with E, like shtai, wanting to do. You can say shtai. And so I think it's, and it's also very syllabic, you know, it's completely built on syllables. So I think it might be a very conducive language to writing good lyrics. Yet I very rarely, if ever, hear good lyrics in Japanese music.
Where did you go?
The jellyfish talking?
You promised me when we turn 14, we go to see the stars. They've been waiting ever so long. Forever and ever, it seems.
My character looks so awesome, I can't stop looking at her. When we turn 14, huh? Oh my god, is that like... It looked like it's kind of the vestiges of a human hand on the tentacles. You know, this jellyfish is apparently only 14 years old, but they are, I mean, incredibly fascinating animals. You know that they can live for like ever. Like some jellyfish are genuinely immortal, because what happens is, I mean, it's a very unique and weird process that feels very alien. I think it's probably because there's such an old form of life that everything that like evolved after jellyfish sort of adhere to roughly the same ways of going about reproduction, but jellyfish don't care. It feels like something from science fiction. You guys know what a schistostoma is? So what happens is like an adult jellyfish, or like medusa, I guess is the actual scientific name for what we refer to as jellyfish. They can release larvae that will float down to the sea floor, and they will attach themselves to things, and they transform into a creature, I guess you could call it, a thing known as a schistostoma, which gradually morphs into the shape of a stack of it's almost like a stack of plates but turned upside down, and then gradually the top plate will start moving and wriggle itself free and float away and become a new jellyfish, a new medusa. And there's like a stack of them like being generated by the schistostoma, and it can create all these different individuals. But it all comes from one initial individual, right? And I think it's crazy, because it's basically an animal reverting itself into a juvenile state and then splitting into several different bodies. It's so weird. You know. Sorry, not reading chat. It's a puzzle. Jellyfish summon? Hey, sorry. Yeah, you're right. I was busy talking. I guess I could summon the jellyfish because this isn't a fight, so it's okay to summon, right? Because I'm not going to summon if it's a fight, but I don't think this is a fight. How do you summon in this game? Do you guys remember? How do you summon stuff? Yeah, we get it. Stop talking. Excuse me.
You promised me when we turn 14, we go to see the stars.
How do you summon in this game?
I've been waiting to learn for so long. Forever and ever, it seems.
Like this? Yeah, I guess I need mana to do it.
Dear sister, you're finally here. No time to waste. Let's see the stars.
Seal was broken. Really? Is it this thing? Is there a fight? Oh, that was it. Yeah, it disappeared now. What do I get? It better be good. You made me use a mechanic I don't like, so this better be good. Stone blade. Is it a talisman? It is. Spells consume less FP, but maximum HP is reduced, so the least interesting thing for my build. That's cool. That was a cool item. I mean, that's a cool little puzzle. Reunite the jelly fishes. Read the description of jellyfish. Alright. Ashen remains in which spirits yet dwell, used to summon a spirit jellyfish. Floating spirit that illuminates its surroundings. Oh, it does that as well? That's pretty cool. Prone to tears, the jellyfish girl searches for her distant home. Will bravely spew poison at her foes. Seems like her name is Aurelia. Damn, all of these spirits have like names and stuff. I guess reading these descriptions is where like people, you know, when people sit around and touch themselves to the lore. Black Knife Tish. Legendary Ashen Remains. Used to summon The Spirit of Black Knife teacher. So it's like an assassin like Electo, which is one of my favorite fights. That's pretty cool. Legendary. Mimic Tier. Huh. Ristov? Rolo? Rolo looks sick. He's the Capra Demon. Alright. I mean, if you could, you can level them up, right? It would be cool if you could, like, do, like, a only summon run and be, like, a summoner. Like a Pokemaster. That'd be cool. Hey, look at the moon. That's cool. Have we even been able to see the moon so far? Yeah, there's a blood stain here and there's a blood stain down there, so I'm guessing there's a fight. There needs to be a fight soon. Okay, so that was probably just a dumb asshole who fell down. I shouldn't say that though, because I have a track record of falling down when I ride the horse. Ambush, huh? Bad ambush. Man, they're so buff. You guys weren't kidding about the fact that things do a lot of damage up here. They really do. The Mimic Summon can solo bosses? Wow. Yeah, it's Trucker Frame today. I did beat Moog, yeah. I'm wearing his clothes, can't you tell? They look super cool, and it's also like my trophy. I guess I was like under-leveled for him. People are saying he was really end game. But, you know, it's very doable if you just get good. Which isn't my specialty, but I tried. Okay, so we can go right here as well, at the Golem. Nice dodge, dude. What a sick move list this guy has now. Nice! Was that scripted? Because it was cool. Oh, that looks like it hurts. This side, right? Oh, it's the other side. Oh no. Yeah, that's gotta be scripted. He runs to those things specifically. Whiff. We can also cross this bridge to go over there. There's a couple of options for paths ahead. I'm gonna go get my soul stone and explore down there. You spirit birds want to like find your sisters as well? Do I get shitty talismans if I help you? Damn, nerf bats. Big damage on the bats. Probably want to ambush these guys. That's good loot, though. Pretty good loot. Graveyard. See how this asshole died. Probably PvP, right? Hey, there's nothing down here? What am I missing? It doesn't make sense for there to be nothing down here. Not in a game with such superior level design. Is there nothing down here? No shame. Play however you want. Yeah, of course, Rovers. I completely agree with that. Completely agree. You should be able to... I mean, it's great that you get to play it at the level of difficulty you want. And that you can make the game easier in a lot of different ways. I personally much prefer to use none of them. Because I feel like I have a much more like fun and rewarding experience that way. I mean, it is obviously true that if you like rely on ranged attacks and summons to get through this game, you are a little bit of a, you know, weak lame player. But you know, if that's the way you want to do it, more power to you. Can't hate on it. Like, I bet some people just want to ride through this game and meet all the waifus and learn about the story of the jellyfish's brother's uncle. And then draw some fan art of the jellyfish's brother's uncle. And then, you know, cast spells and stuff. That's cool. But if that's the way you want to play and you don't want to, like, be stuck on the same boss fight for 4 hours, like I was 2 days ago, then yeah, summon an AI to kill it for you. Alright, I can't decide which direction to go, so we're just going to go for the one that's closest. I mean, if I summon during a boss fight, at this point I probably would either redo my entire run from the beginning, or I wouldn't play anymore. It would ruin it for me. Unless it was like some sort of super easy, annoying fight that I could clap anyway. But, you know, just clap it then. Summons aren't even optimal use of mana, no, but you could spend them on summons, which might not be optimal use of mana, but it is you using mana to trivialize content. But you could spend that mana on shooting some sort of giant laser beam from full screen, or an Ash of War that summons 58 laser beams from full screen. I mean, there are a bunch of ways to use mana to trivialize content. But of course it's scrubbier than killing everything with your weapon. Of course it is. But it's, again, fine. Like, I guess my point is this. I completely agree that you should play the game in the way that appeals to you. And then I also get to have the opinion of the different playstyles that I have. And I think it would be very, very sad to like summon an AI to help you fight these bosses, because they're the most fun part of the game. Like, I'm laughing and like getting so excited when I get gibbed in this game, because the fights are so excellent. But it's just an opinion, don't worry about it. I don't even really allow opinions on my streams, because opinions are fundamentally not interesting things. Opinions are very, very trash. They're a waste of time for the most part. It's weird that people have this... We live in this world where people will, like, watch TV programs where other people have opinions and, like, talk about their differing opinions with one another and debate stuff. I mean, what could be a bigger waste of time? Here's what I think. Well, who are you? Why should I care? Who cares, right? Opinions. Damn. Such trash. At least be something cool. Rune Arc? I guess that's okay. I used a couple of those. Exactly. Ignore my opinions, dude. Exactly. Or, I mean, you can listen to them, but never take them seriously. I don't even think half the opinions I express on the stream are my actual opinions. But I haven't thought... I'm not interested in my own opinions enough to think about whether or not they actually are my real opinions. It's just people told me that you can't be quiet when you're streaming because people will stop watching. Yeah, I'm gonna check the Discord Raven Pines and see how they beat Moog. Again, I mean, it could be really fun to do like builds where you just try and like get really powerful mega weapons early or spells, and then you just run up to these bosses that gave you a hard time the first time you encounter them. I have a fire weapon, perfect. And then just like blow them up. I mean, that's gonna be hilarious, right? Oh my god, did he just clone himself? We're speaking about jellyfish. Agreed. Definitely agreed right there. Okay, that's one. Oh, they both go down? Alright. Alright, I guess. They should have made it 3. Might have been more interesting. You're too strong, equip a club or something. People told me this, I mean, I only want to use this weapon just because I think it looks so cool and thematically works for my build. Some people told me it wasn't very good. But, you know, I'm assuming that, I mean, I've played a lot of Pokemon in my day. Damn, it's a good idea. I should play Pokemon later. And I know, when you're fighting a tree, you want to use fire attacks, unless it's Sudowoodo. Don't tell anybody, but he's not actually a tree. He's a rock. I think rock incidentally is my favorite type. I sometimes make monotype rock teams, and I just play OU and slap people with basically the worst type in the game. But they introduced 2 new rock types in the latest gen that I think are genius. 2 of my favorite designs of all time. And their abilities just make them useful, despite the type not, you know, being good defensively. And they're Garganackle, who's what an amazing, reliable Pokemon. And then Glamora, also fantastic. Excellent ability. Slap a Focus Sash on it. Guaranteed. Like, everybody in the world now in competitive online basically has to run a Poison type to absorb Toxic Spikes. Unless the tree is already on fire. Which one is that? Is there a burning tree? I guess there's Scovillain. Garganacl is broken, yeah. So I run him with... Oh my god, look at these cool bone snakes! Oh wow, this is a really great enemy design. I guess they're undead, so this time we go for holy damage. See, the build is working. We can switch. Garganacl, I use Terra type Fairy on him. But you could use like any type really, but I think Fairy really works. And then I run Iron Defense Body Press with Recover and Salt Cure. Salt Cure is amazing, obviously. Back in the day, you know, when the gen was new, I used to run him not with Body Press, but with like Earthquake and stuff. But it's like, you know, you don't need it. Gets like attention. The holy damage does work against undead enemies. That makes sense as well. It's like World of Warcraft. Beast Eye Quivers. I wonder what that means. The Beast Eye is quivering. I don't know what a Beast Eye is. I didn't know that I had one. But it's like in my pocket moving right now. Oh, the French champagne. Let's go. I hit him. Is this the guy who's making my taint quiver? Did he just... Oh my god, there's one of those mausoleum dudes all the way up here. This area is huge. Was that the guy who's making my Beast Eye quiver? It means there's a Death Root enemy nearby. A boat bro. Oh, I love the boat bros. Oh, it summons. So does the boat bro summon the big skeleton? Is that it? That's cool. I haven't had a holy weapon really since my broadsword, which I also used the Sacred Blade weapon art on, which I found early in the game. So it's kind of like this is the upgrade version of the... Oh my god, this game is so sick. There's like a giant secret castle up here. Boat guy. Boat guy. People have been dying to the boat guys. This is a strong boat guy. Keep missing. Get off the horse. Elfin Steeple. That sounds really cool. Elfin Steeple. steeple is like a church tower, right? That's what a steeple is. It's like the big thing at the end of the church. It requires strength and int and dex, so it's an int weapon. Looks like it might look cool. DDD. DDE, so it's a strength int weapon. Ruinous Ghost Flame. That sounds sick. Oh wow, it's not too big. It's like the first greatsword I've seen in this game that's not too big. That's a good size for a sword, for a fantasy sword. Like a really strong person could swing this. You'd probably want to get rid of all the stupid spikes that would just ruin the sword. Got a little nice red... Oh look! It's like a church tower and that's a little window. And there's like a light coming from inside the sword. So it's like light coming from inside a window. So it's a sword that's like a church. If this was a faith weapon, which it should be because it's a church tower that you wield, I would probably use it. Damn. So this is the greatsword moveset, huh? Very fast. I mean, we will eventually probably upgrade the Godslayer sword when I get 20 strength and use this a little bit because this thing looks, I mean, it's crazy big and silly, but the lore on this sword is like excellent. I like the lore of the sword. Different moveset though. I love overhead slams for R2s because it gives you maximum range for staggers, but this horizontal R1 swing looks really good as well. If it does good damage, I'll totally use it at some point. And I still want to keep upgrading using the Peeler and the Stitcher. Plus 16, plus 20, plus 23 on the knife though. Cool sword, yeah, cool S word. Damn it, we got Aris Stoners in the chat. The lore on who Saint Trina was. I know what Saint Trina is because I found a sword that looked really cool, but it didn't look like a sword that would like... It was almost like a magic sword, like a spatula. It looked cool. This is a very, very big graveyard. I bet the lore on this place is very dark because there is like thousands of bodies here. And I'm also lost. I'm just going to let you guys know right now. I have no idea. I'm usually good with directions, but I'm lost. What are these things? Like dead tree chunks? Look, we're almost at the tree. Wow. But I'm surprised by how few items and enemies there are. Wow, this area is huge. Just one ginormous graveyard. I guess there was a good fight against a skeleton boat. Those skeleton boats, I haven't fought that many, but they're kind of satisfying. Oh, here we go. That looks like something that wants to eat a couple of knife hits to the head. Oh damn, it looks like that Looney Tunes character, Tweety. Is it powerful? Looks like it's got a weak spot on the head. That's good. You can also lock onto the head. Wow, what a cool move list this thing has. Woohoo! Okay, let's go! Ah, this fight is awesome. Big miss. Frostbite, huh? Alright. I'm super down with this. This is by far the coolest enemy I've seen in a while. The way it like screamed in the mouth, just dropped down and stuff. Awesome. That thing's pretty strong. Yeah, that's pretty strong. You're one-handing? I think it might be. I mean, I like one-handing the sword. Don't assume when I'm one-handing that I don't want to. It turns my R2s and jumping attacks into like, it gives them more than twice the range. And I can still stagger. But yeah, I'm going to attempt... There's stakes with Marco though. Oh, it flies down. Death right bird. Get the head! I'm gonna dodge that, sorry. It was deeply telegraphed. That's gonna be a projectile, yeah. Woohoo! This thing is awesome. This thing is awesome. It's doing Death Blight on me and Frostbite. So it's like an ice death bird, which is really awesome. Man, I wish I could play. I mean, there are many cool monsters in this game that I wish you could just be as a player character. You should make a game where you can be the bird. A nice slam to my face. There we go. Nice, the damage! Okay, it looks like he's planting a fireball, and then he's smashing it, causing an explosion. So I guess what I want to do is wait for the explosion and then dodge. Did you see the damage I did with the Sacred Blade to the face? That was crazy. Yeah, almost one shot, pretty much. Nice fight. Elden Ring delivers again. I'm guessing, yeah, like holy damage is really good against these undead enemies in this place. I guess I lucked out that I'm playing a priest. Woohoo! Hey, I know. I've got a holy tier in my buff flask, so I can make it do even more damage. Check me out, dude. What's he doing now? Oh my god! Yes. Damn, missed the dodge. Missed the dodge. Phase 2? Bankai? Damn, I haven't watched... Oh, there's a new... I haven't watched the last 2 episodes of Bleach. I wonder if I can get my girlfriend into it. Nah. Babe? She's watching YouTube with headphones. She can't hear me. I want to know if she's down to watch Bleach with me. Because then I don't have to, like... wait. Okay, that's a much better dodge frame. Wow, he's fast. Dodge, nice. Oh, the whiff! That could have staggered even. Bankai. If this thing had more HP, more HP to where the fight would be longer, it would be one of the best fights so far. I mean, I haven't gotten a deep understanding of the move list yet, but it animates so well, and the setting of the fight is really good. The enemy is scary. It's like thematically excellent. This is a great fight. It's too easy though. But you know, I say that as somebody who's eaten doo-doo and lost like a bunch of times in a row already, but you know. Ooh-hoo-hoo. Is he just using a stick to kill me? You're melting it because it's weak to holy, yeah. Well, you know, I think that's cool because I've gotten a fire weapon and a holy weapon, and then if I meet an enemy that's like weak to holy, I can use my holy weapon, but it's not like I went and got the holy weapon so that I would beat this boss. That makes it feel like in world, in fantasy, my character is a cleric, and therefore it can do holy damage and is better at killing undead, you know? That just works. Hit combo, 4-hit combo. Okay, remember that one. I rolled early. It's difficult to tell. He doesn't telegraph his attacks much because he kind of hides his arms within or around his body, and his neck looks like a limb, and his knees stick up near the arm, so it's difficult to. And then his weapon is kind of just a stick, which is the same color as him, so it's kind of difficult to look at the telegraphing of the attacks. And they're very fast as well. It's a very fast enemy. He's actually pecking at me. This enemy design is next level. This is fantastic enemy design. Guess you just run here, maybe? Maybe not. Oh, that looks big. That looks big. That looks big. I like realized he hasn't moved for like 2 seconds, which is not a good thing. He's definitely gonna boom boom right here. Then he insta-gibbed me with an AoE. Two bankais? Gee, Bill, how come your mom lets you have 2 bankais? There are a bunch of characters in Bleach that have 2 bankais. Okay, what characters in Bleach have 2 bankais? Let's go. Well, Yamamoto has 4 bankais, right? He's got like, or like 5. He's got like the base bankai, then he's got like 4 different forms, right? Or east, west, north, and south. That's 4 or 5. Ichigo has had like, what, 18 bankais at this point? Or maybe not really. Maybe he's kind of just had the one, to be fair. And now he has the one with the 2 swords. Renji's got 2 bankais. Yaka kinda has 2 bankais. Got Senbon Sakura Kageyoshi and Senkei Senbon Sakura Kageyoshi, I think it's called. Komamura has 2 bankais. He's got Kokujo Tenge Myo, and he has Dangai Joy. Dangai JOI. Jerk off instructions of death. Oh, there it is. Oh, I just face tanked it. That's pathetic. I don't want to win if I'm gonna face tank that attack and not win. I don't want to do it. I want to win cleaner than that. Kyoriko is the only one with 2 Bankais. You sure? Does he? Does Kyoriko have 2 Bankais? Why do you think so? Karamatsu Shinju is what it's called, right? It's just like, it has different stages, but it's the same move. It's the same Bankai, right? And then he has a different sword hidden in one of the swords, but that's not a Bankai. That's just like some sort of, you know, ritual spatula that's belongs to Nanao, right? Oh, Mayuri has 2 Bankais. He's got Konjiki Ashisogi Jizo. Then he has the new modified version of it. Okay, nice dodges, Frame. Here come the spears. Shouldn't hit them. Then he's gonna jump in big, right? Projectile, yeah. Just stay at full health. He really does do a lot of damage. Oh, is this the big one? Hell yeah. Oh, he died? Damn. Alright. It's crazy to me that that guy gave me 77,000, but the really buff Godskin Apostle that I killed when I was like 40 or 50 levels lower than this gave me 94. Rukia has air conditioning. Ulquiorra has 2 Bankais. He kind of does. That's Resurrection, though. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air has 13 Bankais, yeah. I'm well leveled against this guy, yeah. No, I can tell. If I had done very low damage, I would have had to fight that guy well and like actually dodged all those attacks cleanly, and that would have been hard because it was a very erratic high damage move list. I completely buy that. That's probably a very hard fight, and I mean honestly, he killed me, you know, a bunch of times. Wow, what's happening now? Raitoningu? Guys, there's a Raitoningu in this castle. Who's doing it? There's a man in the back of this place. He's the one that's doing it. Again, first guy to get the reference gets 10 points. 10 points to Gryffindor if you get the reference. It's a reference where you're officially a cool guy if you get it as well. I guess maybe I climb the castle and then I jump onto him. From now on, it's only cool bosses. Hey, thanks, Cadigan. I love him personally. Who do you love? Rukia is actually a fun character. I've always liked Rukia. In the first like part of Bleach, when they're in the real world and it's more of a traditional shonen anime, when the two of them are the main characters. I mean, I think isn't the first chapter of Bleach called Death and Strawberry, referencing Ichigo, Strawberry, and Death, Rukia, right? I loved her being like one of the main characters, and she, like a lot of the main characters, really fall off when they introduce all the extremely bloated cast of Bleach, right? Especially Chad. Chad is like such a cool character. La Muerte is like one of the coolest moves in the game. For the show. They should have just made... Chad should have remained like one of the top threats, I think. And his La Muerte, like... I mean, it looks stupid powerful, right? Damn, what a buff lion. Maybe this guy wants some candlestick. Hey, look, it's Boreal Valley dude. What's his name? Snort. Snort of the Boring Valley. Chad is not a Chad. Yeah, I love Chad too. But the last real fight he gets is like less than the half point of the entire show, right? And it's not even an Espada. Rukia does kill an Espada, the weakest one, but that's cool, you know. Chad doesn't really do anything. Renji becomes so buff. He's another one of my favorite characters. I always really liked Zabimaru, but his like final form when he fights Mask, that's like one of my favorite moments in the show. He stabs him straight through the body and then materializes a giant laser snake mouth that incinerates the guy. It's so epic. So I'm glad Renji and Rukia got to be Chads. Uryu and Chad and Orihime are kind of useless for the entire second half of the show, or more. The last 2/3. They should have given them all power-ups and moments. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, why not? Let's party. Double lion? And one guy goes climbing? They both went climbing. Can they not get in here? That's awesome. They get owned. Let's do a charge forth and kill this guy. Ooh, that worked so well, and I got a smithing stone and everything. Alright, I'm done cheesing. Let's go. I thought maybe a heavy attack on the... Oh my god, that's embarrassing. I thought maybe a heavy attack on the face right there would cause a stagger, because it did against Vort... Paul Vort Malkop in Dark Souls 3. You don't like Orihime at all? I mean, she's okay. But, I mean, compare her to, like, Rukia, much better character. Like, I think my favorite, like, waifu in the entire show is probably Soifon, though. I know she's not a popular pick, but I think she's super cool. Her outfit, she has the best outfit. It's like baggy and stuff, and the sword is entirely on the back, so her hands and legs are free to do cool martial arts. I also love her her sword. I think it's like one of the ones that thematically work the best between Shikai and Bankai, because it's like it's a stinger on her finger, so it's tiny, and it's an assassination tool, right? And she stabs you twice and you die. And then in Bankai form, it's the same stinger, but it's just like maximum attack power. I think they should have like established that more. It's like it's a giant one-shot for massive power, but it's like one of the most powerful single attacks in the show. It feels like it is, kind of. I guess it kills that robot guy in one hit, but it's deflated a little bit by the fact that the first time she uses it, it doesn't defeat the enemy. But the way Hachi kills Barragan in the end was always very satisfying to me. I think it really worked. What a cool little castle I found here. This is a really cool castle. It's got lines and everything. Let's go. Yoruichi is number 1 for you. Yeah, she sticks to her principles. She's also a little bit of a hothead. You know, she gets angry and pissed and stuff. Her voice is good. I really like her. When she's simping for Yoruichi, that's annoying, but it only really happens in non-canonical material. If you go back and look, every time she's like simping, it's a filler episode or something. She simps. The moment they have in the first fight, where she goes, "Why didn't you take me with you?" is genuinely a good moment. I'm like, okay, I like these two. I like the relationship. And then the simping that came after was not really Kubo, you know, it was just extra stuff. So, no, she's great. Great character. And her fight against that robot guy, what's his name, was good. I liked it. One of my favorite parts of the new anime. That and the Renji fight were the best parts so far. Rukia's Bankai could take or leave. You don't really understand what it does, you know? It just freezes everything, and then I guess she does a big ice slash, but they don't really show it. Yeah, I could live without it. Oh, the birds? Oh my god, the damage. Maybe I really should level up Vigor. And there's dogs too? Gets a Tensho. They gave Orihime the most broken thing. Yeah, it's a good point. I mean, I guess they gave her... He did acknowledge that he gave her the most broken thing, because otherwise Aizen wouldn't have kidnapped her, and that was kind of the catalyst for the entire second arc. He's like, okay, you can just reverse time. That's pretty OP. Let's use it, you know? But she needed to, and even if she had just stayed, you know, mainly supportive, if she could have some sort of, like, really powerful supportive or healing or time-based ability where she could, like, buff others. Like, if she's around, I just figured, okay, I know exactly what should have happened. I just fixed Bleach. I know exactly what should have happened. Chad is, like, such wasted potential, but he's like a melee brawler and a super powerful fighter, right? It should be that Chad and her fight together, and she's able to like buff and amplify his abilities to where he's like throwing skyscrapers. Like them tag teaming being broken would be excellent, because it's them being useful and having good fights, even, you know, while they're not at the same power level as the main cast. But you could also use, because it would be boring for me to use someone who's like a supportive character like her in terms of her abilities. Just give her like an overpowered attack that kills something. But if she's fighting together with somebody else, that makes them super buff. That would be amazing. I'm gonna write some fan art and fix this. What do you guys think of that idea? Like she can put some sort of like weird barriers on his already powerful arms or whatever. You know? Attach her things, they come out and they attach to him, and like, you know, give him like blades on his arms or something. Did you watch Burn the Witch? I haven't watched Burn the Witch. Is it good? I want to watch it just because I know I'm being a total weeb and talking about Bleach right now like I'm a, you know, 12-year-old kid, but the truth of the matter is that show blew my mind when I was a 12-year-old kid, so, you know, I like, you know, care about it still. But I'll watch a spin-off about witches. Damn, for a secret assassin guy, that was pretty weak sauce, dude. I should know, I'm a secret assassin myself. Fell down though. Should have known that I wouldn't have had enough range at that. Pretty cool. It's Soul Society but British. So I guess they're more evil. That's weird because I think Soul Society feels very evil. But that's my favorite part. I think my favorite character the entire show of Bleach, might be Unohana. The fact that she's like a psychopathic killer the whole time. And she's just been like for thousands of years, she's pretended to be this like mild, kind person, but she's just constantly suppressing this unending bloodlust that she has. And she's also the healer out of all the characters, the most powerful healer, and it turns out she's actually probably the second most powerful like melee fighter in the entire show up until like, you know, Zaraki gets his buff from fighting her. That's such an excellent idea, and when she lets her hair down, the way her face changes, it's the same voice. The voice actress does a perfect thing where it's the same voice, but it goes from like very compassionate and friendly to sounding like it's almost like she's sexually excited about the idea of just tearing somebody to pieces. It's really good. And that fight in the manga, it's not great. In the anime, it was fantastic. It's like unironically top 10 anime fights. It might be top 3, it might be top 1. I loved it. It's amazing. What an amazing character. My favorite part of that fight, sorry, I guess I'm doing the Bleach rant right now, is the fact that she goes into Bankai and she doesn't stop to explain it or anything. And I know people were annoyed about that, but it's like these two are just like fighting, right? They don't stop and talk, explain their abilities and stuff, you know? That's what would happen in a real fight if you had Bankai. You would activate it, and then you would, you know, start using it and cutting your opponent to pieces, right? He doesn't have time to worry about figuring it out. Just throws himself at it. It's perfect. It's like the perfect fight. It's literally your favorite part. Yeah, I think it might be mine as well. It's so good. Show, don't tell. Exactly. Exactly. What an excellent, excellent scene that is. Still haven't found the painted world. I feel like there will be one at some point because it's like a tradition, right? There's the assassin guy up here. Let's not forget. Maybe I killed him. Did I? Oh, I'm lost in this castle, dude. Like an unfortunate thing I have with a lot of like the big animes I watched as a kid, the big shonen ones that are still going, is that the main character was like not a favorite character of mine. I have that problem with One Piece. I don't think Luffy is he's generic, stupid anime protagonist who eats too much and has a girl voice actor. I mean, he's it's really fun, the rubber ability, the Gomu ability, when he was like, you know, whipping his arms around, and it reminded me of when you buy those slingy hands, you know, when you were a kid, those like slimy ones that you can like whip around and they stick to walls and stuff. I like that, but then they just made it like this super generic thing where he kind of powers up and becomes fast, and the Gear 5 or whatever now, when he's becoming like some sort of white-haired god thing. I watched the episode and I read the chapter. They both looked like trash to me, and I hated the ability. The idea of it being like him having this like silly ability and just having fun with it is fine. That's cool. But it's just like bouncing around, talking too much. I don't know. I didn't like it. I really just want to watch the other cooler characters in that show fight. You know, I'd much rather watch Sanjin's sword fight than Luffy. And Frankie is like my favorite. Or Brooke or Robin. They're all better characters than the main character. Way better. Yamamoto was, yeah, that was peak as well. The fact that like when he activates it and people's like lips start chapping because he's just eradicating all the moisture, and Komamura, who's like the most loyal character to Yamamoto in the entire show, when he feels that Yamamoto is fighting, he goes crazy berserk, right? Because he's like, oh, if he's fighting, then I can't lose either, and he powers up, right? Tears his own heart out just so he can fight harder. That was amazing. NGL, that was amazing. Did you just scratch her head because she was out of mana? Hey, my character's pretty funny too. Hey dude, do you want to just appear in the middle of nowhere for no reason and then explode me with ice? Hey, if you have a broken teleport ability, here's a tip. Don't teleport to the exact spot where you were standing when somebody is throwing, you know, 1-ton knife at your head. Yeah, we made it. We're out of heals, but we made it to the Grace. Awesome. This castle is cool. The weebness of the stream has reached Omega levels. Yeah, it really has. Football and Formula 1, I couldn't care less about those, sorry. I would watch soccer if they had Bankai, you know. I'd watch that. The goalkeeper has Bankai. Frigid son of Saul, surrender yourself to the eclipse. Grant life to the soulless bones. Yeah, it's like an undead area, this. Eclipse? Is it Shotel? Shotel? Show don't tell? It's a Faith Dex weapon! Ooh, I'm a Faith Dex kind of guy. Or my character is, at least. But you need 30 faith to wield it. That's sick. It does a holy damage. Oh, it looks sick too. Look, because it's got like fire on it, and I'm, you know, fire is sort of a faith thing in this world. I like it. Oh, it's the curved sword move list. You know that something's going to have the curved sword move list when you hear this sound. That's the sound of a curved sword in Dark Souls. Oh, it thematically fits my character so well. I'm kind of excited about this. Should I use it? Do you like Berserk? Yeah, I mean, you can't not like Berserk. It's a masterpiece. It's one of the few, like... I mean, Berserk, I was just saying in the last stream how Berserk, like, makes me a little bit ill at ease because it's dark in a very specific way. Like I said, I think it's essentially a show about trauma. But it's so well done that you can't hate on it. Like, impossible to not at least respect Berserk for what it is. One of the few, like, animes that I think it's that next level in terms of art, you know, not the art style, but being as a piece, as a work of art, you know. Looks very unique, and you can tell that the way it's drawn has influenced so much, and then all the aesthetics has influenced so much. I mean, this game is basically, you know, just filled with Berserk references. I have Griffith's mask in my inventory right now, and the greatsword is probably the most iconic weapon, and it's also apparently a really good weapon in this game for strength bonking. And there's like, you know, arm cannons and automatic crossbows. There's all kinds of Berserk stuff in this. This game is so cool. I love exploring these places. Okay, what's happening now? What? This is like the most overpowered ambush ever! Three dudes chewing on me and locking me in place while two giant executioners with axes just start chopping at me. That was a sick ambush, dude. Frame, I used pad for the past 7 years for playing Tekken. Would you recommend I switch to stick if I want to get better? I'm 25th Don. Hey, Harris from Taiwan. No, I definitely don't think you should switch to stick. I play on this controller right here whenever I play Tekken, and I've had, in the last few years, I've made some serious improvements as a player, and I'm sort of getting to the really high level where I've started playing like pros, and I can beat them. So it's really exciting. Although Tekken 7 is sort of in its twilight years right now, it's definitely not an issue of what controller you're using. You can become the best player in the world on pad, and the good thing, and you can do it on stick as well. The advantage, I think, of pad is, first of all, you already know pad, so you don't have to waste all this time learning stick. Also, pad is light and easy to hold. I can hold it with one hand and do this right now. With a big stick, I wouldn't be able to do that. It's a pain to carry around and to store. They're very expensive. There are all these... So, I mean, you should only get a stick if you think sticks are cool and you're excited about the idea of having and learning stick as a part of, like, fighting game culture. Then you should definitely do it, but there is no point in trying to gain advantage from switching your controller, unless you're talking about switching to Hitbox or Xbox, because those, I can definitely see the argument for them being the superior controller option, but people will also give you crap because they're kind of... I mean, Main Man in a video flat out called it cheating, right? Because it allows you to do things that you can't really do on other controllers. You can buffer in completely different ways. You can press up and down or back and forward at the same time, stuff like that. Electrics are easier, all the rest of it. But if you want the superior controller, just objectively, I think it's Xbox or Hitbox. Don't know the difference between those two. Maybe you guys want to let me know. But pad is simply not inferior to stick. There are some things on pad that are a little bit easier than stick, and there are some things on stick that are a little bit easier than pad. If you're playing a 2D character like maybe Eliza or, you know, Geese, which I hope you're not, then I think stick might be a little bit more useful. But there are other things where I prefer pad, actually. I'm a big fan of pad. Yeah, I kind of got a lot of souls. Do you guys want to level up? I feel like the content is kind of easy right now, so I don't really want to level up my character. Xbox controller. Yeah, I mean, Xbox controller I think is generally bad because it's very large. If you play PS5, they've made that controller bigger and heavier, more like an Xbox controller. So because, okay, so if you're gripping something like this, it's a strong grip. But if you're gripping it with your hand open like that, it's obviously a weaker grip and you use more energy and your hand gets tired. The PS5 pad forces you to have a wider grip, which means, and it's heavier, which means that your hands will get tired faster and you also have less dexterity and control over it. The buttons are also, especially on the D-pad, configured in such a way, or just constructed in such a way that you have to apply more force to depress them. And that means that if you're sliding your thumb across, for example, say you're doing a quarter circle back, you know, you're doing down, down, back, back, you can very easily get that out on a softer D-pad, like on the DS4. But on the DS5, you have to put a lot more power in to make sure that you get all the inputs. Otherwise, the buttons, they kind of have a little bit of resistance and they don't want to go down all the way. What that ends up doing for you when you're doing, because I played a lot of 2D on PS5 pad, I've done a whole testing video that you can see on the channel where I talk about this, it means that you have to apply more force with your left thumb for directional inputs, which also tires out your hand and specifically your finger more. So you're losing strength in your hands because the controller is heavy and you have a weaker grip. You're also having to push even the attack buttons, but definitely the directional buttons harder to get clean inputs. And when you apply more force, I also think you can lose a little bit of precision in your inputs. So I think your inputs are going to, at least initially, be less clean. And so I think even though the PS5 is, or the DS5 controller is definitely good and you can use it for fighting games, I think it's going to be a fine option. The DualShock 4 is definitely the more ergonomic option. And I mean, eventually they might stop making these, and they do have a lifespan. I usually, if I take good care of my DS4, I can play with Tekken with it intensely for maybe up to 2 years, but then things could start getting wonky with it. Mainly, I mean, the big disadvantage of the DS4 is basically this charging cable port. It's positioned in a way where you put the controller down or you move and you hit this from the side, it's going to cause the metal pin of the charging cable that goes into the controller to get dislodged, and it's going to start disconnecting. So it's really the cable that breaks easily. But it might be a good idea. What I'm trying to get to is to maybe like go on Amazon or something, or go to a store or whatever where you guys buy things and buy a couple of DS4s. I'm going to do it at some point because I want to be able to, 5 years from now, when we're all playing, the Season 3 of Tekken 8 and my DS4 controller breaks, I want to be able to have one backup that I can just whip out and keep playing, right? I don't want to end up in a situation where I have to go to a different control pad. The reason I know that can become an issue is because during Corona, it's kind of interesting. During Corona, the people who manufacture the DualShock 4 controller basically couldn't make anymore because of, I think, issues with supplies and stuff. So for a long time, for months and months, it was maybe a whole year, you could not find a PlayStation 4 controller in Japan to buy. I went to all the different stores and they're like, no, they're not in stock. So I couldn't play on my preferred controller option, and I was forced to find other alternatives. And I felt a lot weaker. And there's a gameplay video of me, because what happened was I was working for this Chinese company. We did it was a weird job I had for a while there. But I was working with this guy who I liked. He was a friend of mine. He's like, I have a PlayStation 4 controller that I've never used in my car, which is downstairs. Do you want it? So I gave him 1,000 yen, which is 1,000 yen is $13 for it. And I just had a completely new DS4 for the first time in months. And I sat down to play Eliza, and all of a sudden I crushed and I got TGP. That gameplay session is up there, and I put a message in the beginning thanking him for hooking me up with the controller. So that is why I'm sort of scared of the world, the reality that is looming, where these controllers can't be found anymore. And I don't really want to play Tekken on anything else. That's my I think that's a pretty good summary of all my thoughts on pad for Tekken. Oh wow, he teleported far. This guy's power stancing straight swords. Oh, there's two. Chop him up. Oh. Very cool area. Oh, boss fight. Excellent. This is going to be a nice little shortcut down to the Grace, because the game has good level design. Of course it is. Super Akuma said that Mixbox gives him an unfair advantage. That's cool. Because, I mean, Super Akuma plays Akuma, so he obviously doesn't worry about having an unfair advantage. It's obviously not something he's scared of, having an unfair advantage. You could say he's kind of, you know, made himself known for having one because he plays Akuma. But let me say this in the exact same sentence and without pausing, he's still one of the greatest Tekken players in the world and could kick your ass and mine using other characters than Akuma. He, you know, uses that character by choice. Not like I'm saying that, you know, he would be a scrub if he didn't have Akuma. But Akuma is obviously so ridiculously overpowered that it basically... I mean, I think it invalidates the game as a competitive pursuit at all. I don't think you're playing Tekken at all, neither of you, when he's on the screen. But that's just my shitty opinion. But it's cool, because I played Super Akuma. It was online, you know. And he was using Armor King. And you could tell he was very technically proficient. Like, a lot of the stuff he did, because Armor King has a lot of this stuff where you want to do, like, instant while running throws, or clutch little side steps to make the combos line up. And he got, like, side angles on the wall splat, but he still did, like, pretty cool combos. Like, he was a very, very technical player, you know. You could tell it was pro level in terms of the way he uses the controls, right? I managed to, I think we, I don't know how many matches we played, it was like 6 or 7, and I think I won in the end. Like, I got more wins than him. But obviously, if, you know, he was playing Akuma, it would have been a different story. It's sad, right? Because it would be cool if, like, he had... Wow, there's so many ghosts. Like, you want to play somebody really good like Super Akuma, you really want to play them when they're using their main, right? But in his case, you kind of don't, because his main is Akuma. So it's like a catch-22. You want to fight the real Super Akuma, you got to fight as Akuma. So it would have been cooler if his main was something else, because then I would have wanted to fight that, you know, with my Bob, and then we'd see what would happen. It's the same thing when Tanakana gave me shit. I mean, I gotta give her credit. She's cool, because she, like... I got so owned. Because I was talking to her, right? At Evo Japan. And I was like, hey, you know, you and me have actually had a match before. We met in online a while ago. And she's like, oh, really? Who won? And I'm like, well, I won. And she was like, was I using Xiaoyu? And I'm like, no, actually, you were using Elisa at that time. And she was like, oh. And then she looked happy. And she was like, my Elisa's trash. But good games. I'm like, damn. I got so owned. But I did, I also used an alt though. I was playing Katarina. More ghosts. These guys have cool armor. I kind of want this head wrap that they're using. Okay, do you guys want to check out the boss of this place now? Let's do it. I wonder how many levels I can get. 3? You guys want to pump? Let's check out the damage values I get here. So if I get Faith, it improves the damage of the Durandal by 2. It doesn't directly buff the damage of the knife, but I'm guessing Faith will still boost the damage of the Sacred Blade. So it is an indirect buff to one weapon. and a direct buff to the other. If I get another point of dex, I get 3 points of damage on the knife, 2 points of damage on the gerandol. If I get strength, I get 1 point of damage on the knife, 2 on the gerandol. But if I get 20 strength, I can equip the Godslayer Greatsword if I'm ever interested in using that. Or I could do what everybody else tells me to and pump vigor, like a scared player. What do you guys think? You must be this tall to talk to me? This was way before she made that post, but, you know, I am luckily tall enough to qualify with her. Faith makes a bit more sense. Beast incantations. That sounds cool. It's not really thematically what my character does, though. I think my character is more holy light and fire. She's kind of like a torturer kind of a character, you know, that's my inquisitor, sort of. How about 2 points in faith and 1 in strength? I love these robes. Like, they look awesome. Like, they look royal. But they also look kind of cozy. Like, I would want to wear this if I was running around in this snowy place. Yeah, this is easily one of my favorite RPG characters I've created in any game I've played. I really enjoy my character in this game. How do I get back up to the boss? There's an erebeta, right? Erebeta, escareta. Escareta, erebeta. If you get that reference, it's crazy. You need to go to a doctor if you get that reference. That's obscure even for, like, hardcore weeps. It is funny having a big heavy knife in this game. I hate this boss, I love this boss. Strength or faith. Okay. Not vigor. I wonder what the boss is gonna be. Do I want... I think I want a humanoid fight. They're my favorites. Not like the PvP humans, but like a boss fight, but the boss isn't huge. It's like a Godskin Apostle. That's the perfect fight. Godskin Apostle is the perfect fight in this game. Commander Njal? Let's shoot. Yeah, he's gonna do ghosts just like O'Neill. So it's like an O'Neill fight. It's like an icy O'Neill fight. Yeah, we're gonna kill the Shield Knight first, because he's obviously the one who's lowest right now. Oh, he's gonna buff them? Damn, he's got like a weird leg. Don't roll early. Look at the weapon. Look at the weapon, don't roll early. Oh, he's partying! He's got like a peg leg that he's stabbing me with. Alright, I'm down. It's a cool fight. I'm down. you light rolling or just amazing? I'm not light rolling. This is mid roll. But yeah, I've been doing well so far. Killing some hard bosses. Got kind of owned right there, but you know. Shit happens when you party naked. His weapon looks sick. Yeah, I have a weapon like that. The other guy dropped it. Let's remember to drink my buff flask, because it improves my holy damage, which is good, because my sword does holy damage. I'm thinking, because this is an ice guy, maybe I also want to use the Durandal, but we'll try the knife for a little bit. Oh, so close. Here he comes. A good combo, dude. You want to do it when I'm anywhere near you? A nice buff you cast on your dudes, dude, but they're already dead because you suck. He stabs after the jump. Remember that he stabs after the jump. Stabs after the jump. Then he swings, huh? It's two-handed. Lightning, huh? That's one of the biggest AoEs I've seen in the game so far. But he had like a really big downtime after the after it. There we go. Look at the weapon. Okay, so when he activates his weird leg, it's like you have to watch the leg, and then you probably have to roll aggressively when he slams it. Alright, we're learning. Calling it weird is ableist. If he had like the kind of prosthesis that a person who lost their leg in the real world has, then I wouldn't call it weird. But I also don't see people in the real world who've lost a leg walk around with a giant lightning sword, you know, below the knee. So, no, I don't think it's ableist, dude. I think he definitely has a weird leg. We're gonna have to get up on that mausoleum before we leave this place as well. Spaghetti, the opening of the fight. That was some of the most intense spaghetti since I went to that great Italian place 3 weeks ago. Damn. Did you see the spaghetti? I had a good idea. I wanted to start casting Sacred Blade focused on Njal and then focus my target lock to the ghost as it spawned. Get the melee and the beam hit on him, get the buff, and then kill him right away. But I just, I spagootered the whole thing. It was a good idea, though. You guys better not be laughing in the chat. Better not be laughing at me in the chat. And by the way, I've said this before as a pro tip for being popular at school. If you don't want people to laugh at you, tell them not to laugh at you. It always works. When you go, stop it, stop making fun of me, it's not funny, then everybody stops and respects your feelings. Pro tip. Sending the elevator down is defeatist mentality. I didn't do it. I never send the elevator down. Not even in Bloodborne. Against the orphan, and that elevator is, you have to send that elevator up, not down. But yeah, exactly, it's a really good point. I always go in with the mentality that this is the last try, this is when I clap, That's it. Much better. Not much better, a little bit better. At least the plan worked this time. Hey, you guys better not be laughing. Much better. You guys are assholes. That's better. I mean, it was better for a while. What is it with this game and like my first try always being my best by far? I think when I don't know what's gonna happen, I'm more cautious. That might be it. But my first try I always get the boss to like 30% and then I struggle for like a half an hour. Hey. Wow. You become overconfident? Yeah, maybe. Hey, you guys, I need to tell you something. The craziest thing happened today. I mean, I have a witness. If I didn't have a witness, I was with my girlfriend. If I hadn't been, I don't think anybody would believe me. But it happened. This morning, I was going to get groceries, and we were on the bus, and I got recognized on the bus. I was like, no way. On the bus, just looking out the window, and all of a sudden I hear somebody behind me go, "Excuse me?" And I turn around and he goes, "Frame?" And I'm like, no way, dude. No way you just recognized me on the bus. That's only ever happened at like Tekken events before, you know? I'm like, dude, that's sick. Thank you for like recognizing me, I guess, you know? I'm starting to feel more like the real main man by the day. But the next thing he said, he kind of wanted to give me a little bit of a shit, I think, because he said, "Well, I stopped watching you when you started doing spoilers for Tekken 8." And I'm like, what do you mean doing spoilers for Tekken 8? Have I done that? I don't think I have. Because there's the roster leak, right? But I never showed it. You know, I never showed the image in the video. I also waited until the leaks were pretty much confirmed, right? Until we'd seen characters and art from that leak in an official release, so everybody basically knew that the leaks were real, and then I talked about them, you know, and the characters that were in that leaked roster, but I myself didn't like leak any image or anything. But I guess some people like care about fighting game spoilers and they don't want any information about these characters that are going to come out beforehand. I struggle to understand that because it could not matter less to me. And I don't get less hype when I know a character is coming out and then Namco release a trailer. I think Namco going to these big esports events with all their noodle sponsors and showing these trailers and getting everybody hype, it feels like them jizzing in my face a little bit. Namco's marketing has been one of the biggest problems with Tekken 7 for a decade now. The way they market that game has been like a huge issue. Basically the principal issue of that entire entry in the series. And so if you want to not get spoiled and then get super excited when the trailer comes out, to me, and this is a personal opinion, it's a little bit like wanting Namco to jizz on your face and then trying to work the semen into your tissue as if it were really good for your pores, or it's gonna, you know, improve your combos somehow. But I get that some people don't want to like have that information beforehand, but I don't think I like showed anything. I just kind of talked about it after I assumed everybody pretty much knew. But I guess some people are like deliberately staying away from that kind of information, and so maybe next time I bring up the roster leak or the characters that we know are going to be in the game, I'll say spoilers first, and then that guy and the other people who care can like close their ears for a little bit. But it was sick. Gave him a fist bump. You know, it was a nice guy. It was sick meeting a fan. And my girlfriend, she was like, "Damn, I can't believe that just happened. That's so cool." And I asked her, if I had gone to buy groceries myself and I came back and I told you this happened, would you have believed me? And she's like, I would have believed you a little bit. But yeah. He was like, "Excuse me?" I'm like, "Yeah." And because I was speaking Japanese to my girlfriend, right? When we're out, when we're talking, sometimes people come up to us and they're like, "What language is that?" Or somebody will be like a weeb who jerks off to hentai anime, you know, and he likes the tentacles and whatever. And he comes up and he's like, "How did you get so good at that? Do you have like some tips or whatever?" My main tip, if you want to get really good at Japanese, is move to Japan for 10 years, and then you will inevitably get, you know, a little bit better. But yeah, it was crazy. I got recognized. So do we agree that I am officially the real main man now? Does he have to change his name? Or maybe I should just be the bigger person, do the gracious thing, and let the current main man, let's call him, not the real main man, because that's me. But we'll let the current main man keep the name, and I'll just, you know, be Frame Whisperer. How about that? It was sick, though. Shoutouts to that guy. Sorry about the spoilers, but not really. But also sorry about the spoilers. No, because this is a fake story. Hey, babe. You want to come and tell these guys that I'm not lying? She's got headphones on again. She can't hear me. Hey, get owned. can't believe I got recognized. Can you guys believe that? Yeah, I shouldn't be greedy right there. Because I eat doo-doo if I do. Just a one attack too much both times. Girlfriend is a paid actress. Yeah, that's why she's not answering. She's not down there. I made her up. I'm like, babe. Hey, Japanese girlfriend that I definitely have. Do you want to come talk to these guys? No? Okay. See? See, I'm not single. But he said, I stopped watching when you started doing spoilers, which, again, like, to my mind, I didn't really do. I guess kind of. But, you know. I guess K-Wiz made a video talking about how he doesn't enjoy spoilers and he thinks that lessens, like, the enjoyment for people. It's not a viewpoint that I share to any extent. Like, I 0% agree. But that's just because I don't care about spoilers. I've never cared about spoilers in anything. I will have something completely spoiled to me, and then I'll watch it, and I will still enjoy it if it's good, just as much. Because it's not about what happens for me. It's more about how it's done, for the most part, especially in storytelling. But, you know, to each their own, right? But then at the end he said, but I am going to start watching you again. And I'm like, alright dude, you do you. Thanks. Yeah, I'm doing worse and worse in this fight. Maybe I should focus. Byron will be in Tekken 8. Well, we knew he was going to be in Tekken 8 before we knew there was going to be a Tekken 8, because you can't not include the character that 80% of the scrub player base relies on to carry them to ranks that they couldn't earn playing fair. I mean, it's not like you can make a Tekken game without win for free, you know, Byron Furball. But yeah. I guess there was like another YouTuber who just put the image in the video. I don't know if he put it in the thumbnail, but he put it in the video, and people were like, you know. But it was also like that image leaked, and it was on like Reddit for days or weeks, and we didn't know if it was real. I sort of thought it was real. I didn't want to talk about it because I didn't want Namco to get butt hurt, or for, you know, in case it was super secret or something. But then when we sort of knew that it was real, that's when I decided to like comment on it. But yeah, I think one of K-Wiz's arguments was also like, if you ever want to collab with Namco, this is not the way to go about things. But, you know, I'd rather collaborate with psychopathic serial killers than with Namco, so that's fine. You know, it's not like they're gonna ask me to do a cup noodle ad for them anytime soon anyway. I'm way too honest about what I, you know, this is what all the, like, all the assholes who, you know, get into drama on YouTube, that's what they all say. I'm just being honest. It's just my opinion, just being honest, you know. But I guess what I'm trying to say is that I've never deliberately been controversial. I just say things that I feel like pointing out because I feel like they need to be pointed out. And because a lot of other people worry about, you know, being commentators or being in Cup Noodle ads or whatever, you know, collabing with Namco, they're not going to say it. I don't give a shit about collabing with Namco, so I might as well say it, right? That was me, I am him. Is that true? Is that you? Hey, unless this guy is lying, there you go. You have proof. I ruined Tekken 8 though. Sorry about that, dude. But here's the thing. Namco, who you are also excited to collaborate with. You know, you guys are dreaming about going to Harada's bar and touching dicks with him and talking about how Gigas is the best character in the game. If anybody's gonna ruin Tekken 8, it's gonna be them, not me. The only ones who can really ruin Tekken 8 for you are the people who are making Tekken 8. Right? Alright, let's win now. I'm tired of talking while running back to this boss and then not really, like, even giving it effort. There we go. So, kill the other guy. There we go. Now we fight the big guy. Then he gets a stab, right? Yeah. Crouching again. Frostbite, huh? Oh! There's more, huh? Woo-hoo-hoo, I went behind him and he just poked me with the spear. That was sick. Oh, that whip. Yeah, shouldn't have gone in right there. It's difficult to know when he's done partying, but I guess that's true of like all bosses in this game. Oh! He used his foot to like decapitate me. Alright, we're making progress. Whiff punish him after the stab, the initial stab. I guess I do have time to stab right there. This is a good fight, I like it. I mean, the O'Neill fight was excellent as well. But you had more space. Is there gonna be a secret ghost? Oh, it's that guy, he walks down, huh? Then he teleports. You stay down there. Oh, he teleported up! This guy's sick! buff him now, right? So I gotta kill him. Nice. Oh, the jumping R2 does a lot of damage. Here he comes, right? Yeah. Now he gets tired. Oh! I was kicking so much ass! The roll catch, yeah, this guy's sick. This guy plays tag too. This guy plays tag too. And he mains both capos. I guess he plays Huarong and Beck, because you can tell the way he does that big heel kick, it's like the unblockable. I am going to start sending the elevator down, but only because this teleporting knight is a problem. See? Well, I guess the elevator's already down now, so that's good. Did your sword disappear? I don't think so. I sent the elevator down like a defeatist Skrupman, I'm sorry. That's right. I was thinking it would be cool if I got all three of them at the same time, you know. Oh, the poise! The poise! He was supposed to stagger! Your attack clipped and did not hit? I believe it. It's happened before. One time. No, I'm not worried about this boss. It's actually a good, nice little fight. And you could tell I was doing really quite well in that last hit until he literally cut my head off with his weird ableist leg. That works. It was an opportunity to clean up both of them. Damn, the run back is getting to me. And riding the elevator. I just gotta try again. Like every time I've fought a boss in this game, and I'm like, okay, let's actually try now. I do so much better. Just focusing and calming down, you know, is a huge deal. Hey, is it this guy? Can I just kill him early? I cleared this entire castle. I ran through like all the enemies. I died like once. I fought like 5 of these guys at the same time, and now can't kill the one. I can't believe the first time I got recognized ever since becoming a YouTuber. I was told that he stopped watching my content. That's my favorite part of the whole thing, honestly. Nice clean start. And he has hyper armor, so you gotta chill. You always get greedy after failing a bunch of times. Yeah, that's definitely true. Definitely true. Let's not do that this time. How about that? You guys like that idea? But letting y'all do the big AoE thing that he does and then 3 heavy attacks into critical was really effective. I mean, I was slaying his ass with my big sword or knife or whatever, and then he just put his leg up like some sort of ballerina who's trying to, like, you know, dislocate her leg. He sliced my head off. Also be going for the sword guy first and not the shield man, obviously. You gotta kill them before he buffs them, otherwise he gets so much poise that you can't kill him. Hey babe. このボス倒したらもう終わりよ。むずいね。みんな信じてくれないの。声かけられたって。で、彼女一緒にいたんだから、ねえ、教えてって無視されてるじゃん、ヘッドホンしてるから。だから結局彼女も嘘かよって言われて。ほら、出てないじゃん。だからその喋ってる時に下でアニメ流してるだけやろって。ひどくない？でも応援してくれればいいのに。いや、ひどいよ。ずっとこのボスに負けてみんな私をバカにするし。今なんて送られたと思う？日本人の女の子の笑い声 .mp3 って送られた。それ流してるってことよ、私が。Japanese girl laughing dog wave is a really good comment, dude. That was funny, dude. That was the best joke you guys have done in a while. Who wrote that? That guy gets credit for having... That's joke of the day so far. Alright, it's an attempt. Let's go. Yeah, you're right. I can't get it with punish right there. Okay, it's the big AoE. Now he comes. No hummus. Let's just do 2 and then heal, honestly. Don't get greedy. See? Even 2 was too greedy. He's buff. This guy's buff. That does a lot of damage. That's on my perfect roll. And with punish. That was good. Again, really good roll. Double attack. Nice. Good dodge. No bleed. Veteran's prosthesis. I got his weapon. Can I fight with my legs now? That'd be sick. Yeah, when I like decide to like try, it's so much, when you're not autopiloting in this game, you're so much better. Maybe that's something I can really, I mean, it's an obvious truth, but maybe it's something I can really bring with me into my Tekken as well. I just realized that I could have equipped this and I would have done a lot better. Oh, holy damage, it's not lightning. But I could have used this. Non-physical damage negation. I could have like took 2 of these. Raises equipment load. I still have the fire assisting from Moog, you know? Enhanced charge attacks. I am using an axe. It's cool. Critical hits, dex, yeah. 勝ったよ。まあ、そんなむずくないやつよ。Melania will, like, some of you guys have been saying that I'm gonna, like, fight her for 4 days. I bet I'm gonna beat her, like, 3rd try, and you guys are gonna cry and make up excuses. That's my prediction. It's either gonna be 3 tries or 3 days. Hey, cool ghost. Hey, ghost, can I take your stuff? Lord Mikola, forgive me. The sun has not been swallowed. Our prayers were lacking. So never set my eyes upon it now. Your divine ailing tree. Alright. Is it gonna be over there? Is that why he's looking that way? Is that the tree? Who knows? What's this thing? Secret medallion. Okay, so I'm guessing what I want to do is find the other part of that medallion, and then I can go to the tree. You guys want me to go to the tree, right? You guys thought Moog was fair? Okay, if she's not fair, that's sad. For fair boss fights. But if she's fair but very, very hard, that's perfect. That's exactly what I want. She's a waifu, right? Can you waifu her? Or do you have to kill her? Guess I'm already married and I don't want to be a polygamist cleric. That's not the build. I haven't spec'd into polygamy. Alright, let's go try and get onto the mausoleum, and once that's done I might have to end the stream because my non-existent girlfriend, who's really just me playing anime in the background, is making Japanese fried chicken, you know, karage, and she's very good at it. She uses a lot of garlic. It's like my favorite thing. And just so you know, it's not like I'm playing video games and my girlfriend cooks for me. Like, it's what's happening right now. But I do a lot of cooking as well. I do like half the cooking. Because I like to cook. I feel like this is the area where you can get onto the dude, right? Or you really probably want to climb that tower. So where's the entrance to that tower? That's what we gotta find. Nice little, you know, level design puzzle. This game's sick, you know. The Durandal is a little bit neglected. Let's use it here. Wow, it does a lot of damage against these guys. Oh, maybe this works. Am I not going to be able to get back up? Don't tell me. Or maybe it's like down here. It isn't. Yeah, I spaghetti. Hey, you guys could have backseated that. Why didn't you tell me where to go? Maybe you did and I just didn't look at the chat. That would be classic. How do I get up there, dude? Clean the feet? famously coping and molding, yeah, at the same time. Coping and molding while cooming and being a simp, you know. There's nothing to clean on his feet. I don't see anything. Oh, wait, there is stuff. Wow, he's got a lot of stuff. That's 1 foot done, right? There we go. Oh. Thought I could like angle that upwards, but ooh, I guess that's it. Yeah, unlike you guys, I don't obsess about cleaning the feet of others. Damn, that's a cool. This is cool. This is cool. Remembrance. Oh, I can get more of these. Let's just think about all the great bosses we fought in this game. I loved the Ancestor. I loved the jumping animation that it had. This was one of the coolest looking creatures ever in a video game. The Grafted, it was a great initial boss fight. This one was thematically cool, but way too easy, and I like clapped her in 2 tries. This one was thematically, I mean, the best fight in the game, but way too easy, fortunately. Radon was sick. I would have preferred him without the horse, but he was sick. Loved this fight, the fact that you fought him twice and he levels up. And this, you know, I fought him yesterday, and it was one of the coolest, hardest fights so far. What a great game. Is that it? Do I get nothing else for helping you, you useless turtle? At least give me some somber smithing stones or whatever, dude. Stingy turtle bitch. Allows you to get a second boss item. Yeah, I mean, it's if I was using a one-handed boss weapon and I wanted to power stance it, it would be super sick. So I get why it's in the game. It's not something that's super interesting for me personally, because I don't want to power stance on this character, unless it's like daggers or claws or something. All my homies hate on clowns who hate on Torrent. I don't believe you. Vapid Zero. First of all, this whole thing about you having homies is hella sus. Are you talking about your action figures? Alright, let's take a cool screenshot to use for the next thumbnail. Maybe we'll have the tree in the background. Maybe the cool castle, that's better. The castle's cooler. Oh, that's a really good screenshot for a thumbnail. Then you gotta be fast, because Control does Ash of War for keyboard. Alright guys, GG's. Hallig tree time, is that... But I only have half a medallion, don't I need the other half? Now do the open mouth surprise. I can do like, should I do like Maximilian reacting to raid charts? Or maybe I'll do main man reacting to Katarina. You know? I can do all the reaction faces. I'm a real YouTuber. I get recognized now. I will check the Discord, but when people write R-E-E like that, I never understood what that means. Can you guys explain it to me? I've never heard anybody actually make that noise. A real YouTuber would have gotten the CNT for free. I did get it for free from one of my viewers, because I'm a real YouTuber. I get hooked up by my viewers. One of these days, I'm gonna have a beef and drama with some other YouTuber, and I'm gonna send you guys into their chat to harass them. That's never gonna happen, don't worry. I'm not interested in that sort of a thing, but I think you guys might actually be a pretty good army. You're not like a big army, but I think you're kind of elite, because some of you guys are funny, and if you're ever gonna get into an argument with somebody, rule number one, and this is a fact, being right is pointless. Being funny is insta-win. You can be wrong about everything you say and be funny, and you're gonna win every argument you ever have. Like angry screeching. Yeah, the one time I've heard a noise like that being made is the guy where the parents delete his World of Warcraft account, and he runs into a room and starts making that screaming noise, and I think he tries to shove a remote control up his asshole, which is interesting. That's a classic. Yeah, I know. It's that one was good. It's that sound. It's like, okay, I get it. Thanks for teaching me about the memes, you guys. You guys know all about the memes. Is what you want? I think the video is fake, though, unfortunately. But I didn't realize it the first time I watched it, so I liked it then. Alright, you guys. What a sick game this is. It's a cool stream, and all we did was like climb up the mountain a little bit and find a graveyard, and it took hours. You guys have a good one too. I'll see you, if I don't see you tomorrow, I'll see you the day after tomorrow.